guys, we're out in the goat barn and I am doing one of my favorite chores, which to a lot of people wouldn't sound like something that is fun, but I am cleaning out the goat barn. The reason that I love it so much is I get to spend that time with the goats, being around them, having them get used to me, and hopefully building that trust and connection between me and them. Here is half a day's worth of droppings. So what we're gonna do, we've brushed them up and we are going to scoop them out and go put them in our future compost pile. Going to be making some hopefully black gold for the garden. I need to research a little bit more on the proper methods of doing that, but for now we're scooping it out to keep it nice and clean in here. Part of the routine cleaning of the goat barn is inspecting the goat droppings to make sure there are no abnormalities in their, well, really consistency. Goat droppings, or pebbles as I call them, they really are like little loose pebbles. You can roll them around, they're dry. That's ideally what they should be. What I'm looking to make sure that I don't see signs of is looseness in the stool, because this could be a sign of parasites or worms, lots of other issues happening with the digestive system. After we have scooped the droppings, the hay, the straw, we are starting to pile them up and hopefully what will eventually turn into a compost area. What's next is to go in and take care of the feeding, watering of the goats. We're trying so many different ways to try and reduce the waste of hay that our goats are using because they're super picky. They pick out the pieces they like and then they strew the rest of it all over their pen. And so we're trying the slow feeder. It's marketed in TSC more in the horse area, but I've seen a lot of people talk about using it for their goats. The only thing that I don't love about it is that because these pieces are really stretchy, the goats can actually get their faces in there a lot easier. And I actually came out one day and Tommy had his horn hooked in it, and so it just kind of concerns me. So I don't think this is going to be our long-term feeder, but we're using it for now, just so that we don't have hay laying everywhere. Suggested having free choice baking soda, and I found this nice little hanger at Tractor Supply that we just routinely switch out the baking soda. That way, if they do have a little bit of a bloat, they can come in and just free choice eat some baking soda. They also have free choice to a goat mineral block. The block and the hanger are also from our local Tractor Supply store. And we switch out their water fresh each day just to make sure that they have access to everything that they need. Sorry for the complete disaster. We haven't picked up some miscellaneous items laying around, but this is the outside of the goat barn. This was a garage, like fully framed in and everything. We tore down the sides, decided to keep the roof and kind of pretty it up a little bit. Obviously, we haven't done that part yet, but we're gonna keep that as like a shelter house when friends and family are over. But as you walk to the back, this is where we did a 100% repurposed goat barn. I should say more like 98% repurposed, because the only thing that we really purchased to build this was some of this metal galvanized fencing from, I think, Menards, and then some of the green T-posts to hold it for the outside fencing. But everything else was repurposed. Even this wood door, it was in one of our other outbuildings that they had in there, because they used to have draft horses, and I think this was like a stall door. So we just moved it over here, and it was super heavy. I say that and I didn't even carry it. The only thing that we really want to make sure that we get fixed here soon is there's a hole over in that wall, and we've screwed up that board just to ensure that the goats don't cut themselves or get out of it, but that needs to be fixed. Everything else though, for the most part, is fine. It's pretty watertight. We don't have any issues with leaking when it rains. You know, eventually we might put something up on this. This does slide to close, and maybe that way in the winter time they have a full, you know, almost four-walled structure to keep them extra warm. But goats really, they only need those 3 walls, but the more that I can do to pamper these guys, the more I probably will. You're spoiled, aren't you? Hi, June. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, Tommy. Cashy boy's just down here waiting on some more treats, huh? You want some more treats? While I'm in here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this. This is the feed that we give to our ducks and our chickens. This family that lives not too far from where our house is, they have a over 200-year-old family farm. Like, it's been in their family for over 200 years. So it's pretty cool. I think they said they're on their 7th generation or something like that on the farm. And so they make this, they give us like the full ingredients. We know exactly what's in it. I love that we're supporting a local family and farm. And the ducks and the chickens love it. I do know that they have some goat feed. I'm not sure if we will ever switch over to it, just simply because we have mainly males right now. And from my understanding, they don't really need as much grain as the females do, especially when they are pregnant and lactating, which eventually June is gonna, you know, obviously need some more of that. But we do have some sweet feed in this bucket here and some snacks. So we've got our sweet feed. We mix in and give them every now and again some of these treats from Mana Pro. And as you can see, they just see me open it and they ran over from eating their hay. They just get grass hay. We don't do alfalfa pellets or anything like that. Yummy, huh? Well, we're off to pick up a new animal for the homestead. What could it be? Well, we're using the dog cage, so it must not be too big. Check out our next video to figure out what came home.